Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm 27, living in Australia and trying to get a grip on my budget. In today's video, I'm going to budget out my tax return for 2022. It has just hit the bank this morning and I've done a lot of thinking about what I want to do, so let's see what we get done. In my previous video, I talked through my debt pay down plan. I'll leave a link to it in the description, but I've been doing a lot of thinking about how I want to use this tax return, and while I could take a big chunk out of my debt, I do want to work on getting 1 month ahead. That has been my number one goal since I started using YNAB. So I am going to show you how I've decided to work with this tax return and what I'm going to do with it. I have watched a lot of videos and I've done a lot of calculations in that spreadsheet to see what I wanted to do. And I really think that if I can put this, windfall, it's not really a windfall, but it's a big chunk of money towards my month ahead goal of having that saved up so that I can be more secure moving forward. I'll have more peace of mind than just throwing this all at my debt. I do want to see if I can make this tax return work for me in the best way for my situation. I've set up a transaction here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to enter this now. And so that's all in. How exciting. So my total tax return for 2022 was $3,547.34. So now I'm going to go back into my budget. So we can see that's come up here to my ready to assign. So the first thing I'm going to do, which is so exciting, and I'm literally shaking because I finally get to pay off my HECS debt. So for those who don't know, a HECS debt is basically a student loan, but it's a government loan, and it basically gets taken out of your check automatically when you start earning a certain amount of money. And over time, that's gone from about $37,500 to just this amount remaining. So after this year's tax, this is what I have left to pay, $539.22. So it would seem silly to just let this linger on for another year until next tax time. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to budget this amount, and at the end of the video I will make that payment with you and we can celebrate together. That is so satisfying to see that all full. So I was looking through my budget and trying to see, is there something else that I would like to do that would give me peace of mind that I can finish off right here and now that's upcoming soon? So one of those things was my upcoming car registration. I really thought that I would have to just grin and bear it and do another 6-month registration instead of funding for a full year. So what I have decided to do is actually put some of this money towards my car registration so that I can renew it in October for a whole year, and then basically set up a sinking fund for next year so that I can be more regimented in saving up for it. So my car registration is made up of 2 parts. So I've got the actual registration that I need to pay to the state government, and this CTP, which is compulsory third-party insurance, which is additional car insurance that I need to take out in the case of an accident. You have to have CTP if you are registering your vehicle in New South Wales, which is where I live. So basically this is $185-ish. That's what it was last year, so I'll see if I can get the same deal. And then I just need $233 more in this budget to make sure that that's all taken care of. So I'm going to enter that now. So that is all also fully funded. And I've got to tell you, that gives me so much peace of mind knowing that these couple of things are taken care of. What I do want to update you on from my last video is I've really decided to embrace the debt snowball method. I've watched a lot of videos, I've looked at a lot of posts in various Facebook groups and things like that, and I really think that even though I'm not going to throw a bunch of this towards debt, working through this snowball method will actually teach me better skills than just lumping it and paying it off all at once, because I think what's gotten me into this position previously is not having this skill ingrained. And so I really want to do that. It'll stretch out my goals for a little bit longer, but I actually think that this is a responsible thing to do for me. And And so I'm going to go through what my adjusted minimum payments are. So according to the debt snowball method, you are paying your minimum requirement on all of your debts, and then any extra money goes towards your smallest debt, and then you snowball that into the next and into the next. I'm going to link a video down below of one of my favorite videos. I'm a visual person, and so that really helped me to get a grip on the theory behind it. So what I've done here is my credit card payments. I was paying $75 into this NAB credit card every month, which is not the minimum. The minimum is $25. So I've adjusted it back to that. It's my second smallest debt at the moment, so that's what I'm going to put towards it. My Latitude credit card, I was paying $250 towards this, and I think I had inflated that because of the amount that was on there. But what I recently did is through this credit card, they offer you 6 months interest free on 2 recent purchases. So I went through, I popped that on there for 2 relatively big purchases from the last month or so. And so basically those are interest free, and this will still make a nice dent towards my balance that is actually accruing interest. So I figured this is the minimum amount towards that credit card, going through past statements and what the minimum payments have been. Next on here, we've got this zip pay. So my minimum payment will remain $60 per month. It's the smallest debt that I have, even though it's not the smallest minimum payment. And basically, I'm going to do the minimum payment, and then any extra debt will start, any extra money will start going into this category until that's paid off. And then I'll roll this $60 into this credit card, this $25. So that's the other one. The last one here is the personal loan. I've had a look through my contract, and I only actually incur a $500 fee if I pay it off before halfway through the loan. So what I think I can do is actually start making extra money into here. I won't do that for now. I'll move through my debt snowball in the right order. But this is basically still accruing quite a bit of interest, and I'm not making as much of a dent as I want to. So hopefully by the time that I'm moved through this zip pay and these 2 credit cards, I will be able to throw everything else into that personal loan and have it paid off just after halfway through the loan. So I won't incur the extra $500, but I will get rid of it basically. So that's a bit of an update about where I'm at currently. Now you might be asking, what are you going to do with this $2,785.12? Well, that's a really great question. I've decided that what works for my brain is I've gone and done a lot of calculations about this month ahead fund and what I need to do to get really comfortable there so I can stop worrying about that month rollover and where I'm going to get those really big expenses from, like my rent, my utilities, my phone, my insurances. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to throw this all in here. And that makes me super excited. So basically, all I really need to contribute to this is $882.87 to really build up this, I guess, emergency fund or this month ahead fund. And I really think that I can manage that within the next 2 to 3 pay cycles. Because I have paid off my HECS today, I am actually going to be receiving back $235 per pay slip that I have been having to put aside extra towards this because of my salary packaging. So that is that for this video for now, explaining where my tax return has gone. But now what I really want to do is I would like to, on screen with you guys, pay this transaction and do a little happy dance. So I'm going to fast forward through that now and we can celebrate at the end. And that is all done. It seems a little bit underwhelming, actually, but I've paid it off and I'm really excited. And I think that is a nice little win for me at this point in time. It's one debt paid off, and I'm really going to take this momentum into all of these other ones while working towards my month ahead. I want to thank you for joining me today. It's been really exciting. I've been eagerly awaiting this tax return just so that I could really hop on here and get in touch with you guys again. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And otherwise, I hope you have an awesome, awesome day.